Hey gorgeous, so you clicked on this video because you want to find out how to amplify your personal power. Well, I have really good news for you today. There is nothing that you have to learn and there is nothing that you have to go out and buy. Instead, this is about remembering the 4 bodies that you have been gifted in this lifetime to have the most exquisite experience. So if that is something that you are interested in, stay tuned as I'll be running through each one of these and the roles that they play. If you're new to my channel, hey, I'm the Lady Elle. Please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell so that you can be notified every time that I post new content. And then let me know in the comments who you are, where you are from, and what it is that you are really looking to remember at this time of your life to up-level your energy and to set a new tone in your life. Time is precious, so let's delve straight in. Body number 1, your spiritual body. I have said it before and I'm going to keep on reminding you. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, aka human being. The purpose of the spiritual body is to give the direction for your life experience based on your desires, your values, and your purpose. So spirit leads and it's up to you to find the courage to follow. And yes, it absolutely does require no small amount of faith on most days. Body number 2, your emotional body. Emotional body? What am I talking about? Well, think about it. You're having an emotional experience. All those goals that you are setting, all those desires that you have, is because how you believe they will make you feel. Now, emotional body is so immensely valuable in this life experience because not only does it lead the way, but it gives us an indication of exactly where we are finding ourselves at this time. Now, I'm going to confess that there was a time that I was in complete denial and suppression of my emotions. For one thing is I went through a lot of abuse and a lot of emotional pain in my life, and it got me to the point of suicidal depression. Once you go there, you kind of know exactly what you don't want to feel like anymore. But as long as you reject it, as long as you make it wrong, you're not allowing yourself to retrieve the gifts, the wisdom, the messages that comes from our emotions. Now, if this is something that you've not had experience with before, then I invite you to have a look at Clearance to Clarity. I will put the link down in the description for you, which is definitely something that I cover in this program because it is essential for a thriving living. Body number 3, your physical body. Emotion creates motion and our motion impacts our emotions. There is such an intricate dance between these two. And yet what I'm finding is so many people are divorcing their bodies or their emotional bodies, and they feel like there's a space of shame or regret or any of those negative emotions, which of course is just giving us feedback. Your physical body is the temple in which you are having this human experience, darling. More than that, your body is intelligent. Every organ, including the brain, is an intelligence center. There's intelligence in your cells. Emotions are actually kept in your cells. And unless you start learning how to transmute them, how to fully embrace them, and then let them move through you, they get stuck in the cells. This is why a modality like pranic psychotherapy and even pranic healing goes into healing the emotions that are stuck in the energy, releasing them so that healing can occur in the physical body. The next really important part of this is that we learn through physical experience. When, for instance, you are training in a sport, you are literally training the intelligence within your body that this is the command and this is the outcome that is desired, and this is how you need to function. Now, it is exactly the same when we are building a business or get into a romantic relationship. We have this physical experience which gives us feedback, and then we store the information in our bodies, in the cells, in our energy, in the emotions. You cannot actually disconnect or pull them apart or compartmentalize any of these bodies And this is why so many people are struggling and feeling disempowered. They've just dismembered themselves, literally. The fourth body is the mental body. Have you noticed how we have put mindset on this pedestal, when in fact your mind is in service to the other three bodies? That's right, darling. Your mind's function is to create all these alternatives for you, from possible danger or problems or puzzles or challenges on the one side to creative solutions, possibilities, dreaming what is next for you. And your mind is constantly giving you feedback of both. Now, if you think that your mind is in the driver's seat, or you haven't trained your mind, she's like this puppy running around on slippery tiles, going backwards and forwards, and you will feel out of control and frustrated most days. But when you start training that mind and you start distinguishing between the counsels in your mind, the counsel of fear and the counsel of power, you can take counsel from both, and then you get to choose what is the aligned action that you take and who you are listening to. So to amplify your power, you just have to really connect to the four bodies and start dancing with them. They all have a place in the dance. Who leads and who follows, and sometimes they change roles. One of the most fun things that I have trained myself to do, conditioned myself to do, is to play between my mind and my body, where at times I will let the body take the lead, especially when I go out on endurance rides. And when it becomes a case of, oh, the body is feeling really tired, I use my mind to go, come on, we can do this, you can go further than this, and she takes the lead. But there's always a point of exhaustion in the mind as well, because she is a muscle just like every other muscle in your body. And when she gets tired and she starts becoming negative, I have trained my body to then take the lead again and to shut her down and create evidence that we can still continue. And this is how we start playing. When I was doing Ironman, it was a case of letting my spiritual body always lead the way. People looked at me and thought I was stark raving mad for even doing the event. I knew the emotions that I desired to have from completing this event, but also the emotions that I had on the journey. So much fear, so much doubt, so much humiliation when I couldn't even swim, and little 5-year-old kids would be on the other side of the swimming pool and I would still be like 10 meters in. Then I started using my body and training her into the movements whilst paying attention to the stories that were happening in my mind, so that I knew exactly when the mind needed to take over and when the body had to just calm the mind down by just creating evidence that I can do this, that I can keep going. And that's how I became an Ironman, even though every doctor and every trainer thought I was stark raving mad and that I wouldn't be able to even get to the start line. You really are that powerful, my darling. If you will just start having fun with this and just start bringing it to your consciousness, you will see how really easy it is. And then you will become unstoppable. So let me know in the comments, what are your takeaways and what are some of the ways that you use to train the integration of the four bodies so that you can show up more powerfully in your life. If you love this content, please like, share and comment so we can get more people to remember who they are and amplify their personal power. We need leaders to show up in this world, and if you're in my space, darling, you were born to be a leader. Always remember, you set the tone. Cheers.